This teenage girl, 17-year-old Megan Hughes of Richborough, apparently died in her sleep yesterday in a London hotel while she was on a school trip. She was a member of the Council Rock High School band, which traveled to London to appear in the Lord Mayor of Westminster's New Year's Day parade. The cause of Megan Hughes' death is not known yet. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow.
In Tennessee tonight,
17-year-old Megan Hughes was on a band field trip in London when she was found dead in her hotel room overnight. She apparently died in her sleep. Early indications are there was no foul play or drugs or alcohol involved.
She was very, very bubbly, effervescent, very all-around kind of student, excellent student, very involved in dramatics, musical groups, and she was just a neat kid, a really neat kid.
Teachers and parents at Council Rock High School have already begun talking to Megan's shocked classmates. When school starts again tomorrow, crisis support groups will be meeting. In the meantime, Megan Hughes' family and friends are awaiting autopsy results and also the return of her body from London.
With Gary Papa, Dave Roberts, and Jim Gardner.
Wednesday night, a pair of house fires leave almost 24 people homeless in Delaware County, and the Russians get ready for a painful dose of a entire school community is reeling tonight. Action News reporter David Henry has the full story.
17-year-old Megan Hughes of Richborough, Bucks County, was having the time of her life. She was in London with the Council Rock High School marching band for the annual New Year's Day parade. But Megan never made it to the parade. She died in her sleep Monday night.
She was warm and very tender girl, and the family will miss her deeply, and so will I.
Megan carried the Pennsylvania state flag in the honor guard. The Council Rock marching band was one of just 10 invited to the London New Year's Day parade. Megan and the others worked hard to raise funds and couldn't wait to go.
They left, we hugged them, and then we were hugging each other because we were crying because we were so happy to send the children off.
The kids were so excited about their trip to London, they even painted the British Union Jack on the rock at Council Rock High School. But last night, the joy turned to sorrow as parents gathered here to share their grief.
Megan was a beautiful young lady. She was very personable, always had time to stop what she was doing to say hi when you walked by.
A group of parents gathered again today to pay tribute to Megan Hughes. They say the kids in the band and their parents are a tight group, and losing Megan was like losing one of their own.
They're all our children, so it was just like one of our children died.
Megan's parents, Mary and Thomas Hughes, still don't know how their daughter died. They're waiting for the results of an autopsy. In the meantime, the other band members vowed to play their hearts out today in honor of Megan. David Henry, Channel 6 Action News.
Philadelphia has recorded its first...
The results of the autopsy conducted by the London Medical Examiner's Office.
Megan died of an inoperable brain aneurysm in the right cerebral artery at the base of her skull.
Residents in Megan's hometown, Richborough, Pennsylvania, are stunned by her sudden death.
This is a small community, and there's people that know somebody who's known somebody else, and they all loved her.
I went to a school dance with her. She was always happy.
Megan was a senior at Council Rock High. Students and teachers returned from holiday break today feeling grief-stricken. Counseling sessions are being conducted to ease the pain.
When you walk into your classroom and you see an empty desk where a student was just there, that's real difficult.
The most difficult thing for them is it's so sudden. No warning, especially with Megan. There wasn't any apparent problem.
Most teenagers have ups and downs throughout their lives, and I never saw her have a down. Ever.
The stage. This is where Megan, an honor student, spent most of her time in school. She was devoted to band and drama classes. The Council Rock High School band never looked better than during this display of talent New Year's Day in London. It was their finest hour because this one was for Megan. Megan's final performance was in London, but her most unforgettable role was the part she played every day as a vivacious and supportive friend to many of her classmates here at Council Rock High. Beverly Williams, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
In Philadelphia, she was in London with the school band for a performance at the New Year's Day parade there, and her schoolmates are devastated.
A lot of my friends I've talked to today have seemed to just really not understand, and basically people around the town today haven't really, it's just horrible. No one really could believe it.
Especially since there was so much excitement from the band before they left for London and everything, and now it's just like,
School counselors have already begun meeting with Megan's friends to try to help them cope with this excruciating ordeal. Megan's body will be returned to Philadelphia tomorrow. A funeral mass will be held at St. Vincent de Paul Church Monday morning. Ed Rendell fell.
Mate Megan Hughes, who died suddenly on a school trip to London. 17-year-old Megan was in London with the Council Rock High School band. The London coroner says she died from hemorrhaging of a brain aneurysm. Today at Council Rock High in Newtown, students and faculty members were trying to adjust to the shocking death and remembering Megan.
I think most of the students who I've spoken with so far are kind of numb by the whole thing, and I suppose they're waiting for more news about what exactly happened and why it happened. And I'm sure in time they'll adjust and we'll get on with life.
Friends and family say they want to remember Megan as the happy girl she was in this picture at our choir's holiday concert.
It's been over a week.
Be part of the band and return to the Delaware Valley this afternoon. The casket carrying her body arrived this afternoon at Philadelphia International Airport aboard a British Airways jet. The Bucks County teenager died of a brain aneurysm while asleep in her London hotel room Monday night. She and other members of the Council Rock High School band had come to London to perform in a New Year's Day parade. Today in London, her band director talked about how hard her death has been for all of them.
Some of the kids were.
Well, we've had a lot of tears every day, and continue. And we feel very fortunate that Megan was able to be with us here, and that she was having a positive experience. It's just a tragedy that this happened, but we were happy she was here with her friends.
The band members are preparing to return to the United States this weekend. After their last performance in London, the band retired the flag Megan carried in the color guard and presented it to her family. Megan Hughes will be buried on Monday.
Their tears are for 17-year-old Megan, who died from an undetectable brain aneurysm just one day before she was supposed to perform with her band in London.
When you're dealing with adolescents and a fellow student passes away, it's very hard for the kids to understand why. And we had a lot of Council Rock parents who were there also, who were very helpful in working with the children that day.
The band did perform New Year's Day, dedicating the show to Megan. She will be buried Monday in Richboro, Bucks County. Still ahead tonight.
They're happy to be back with family, but sorry they came home without her. Lucy Yang has their story.
The Council Rock India Marching Band flew home from London today, but instead of being met with great fanfare at the airport, there was only sorrow here as the high school band was quickly ushered from customs and onto the waiting buses. On December 30th, only days after having arrived in London, 17-year-old Megan Hughes died of a brain aneurysm. The bright and beautiful honor guard never woke up from her sleep.
It's just a tragic loss, and we feel for the Hughes family, and my biggest concern at this point is for Mr. and Mrs. Hughes, and also for the kids in the band who are so close to Megan.
The band had gone to London last week to play in the New Year's Day parade. Despite Megan's death, the band decided to go ahead with the show and dedicate their performance to her memory. The Pennsylvania flag, which Megan so proudly carried, will be dedicated to her parents.
Very sad, and a lot of tears, and with a lot of children, when you're dealing with adolescents and a fellow student passes away, it's very hard for the kids to understand why.
It is truly one of life's hardest lessons, the loss of a friend. Never did this high school band anticipate having to learn that at such a young age. Tonight, as the students put away their instruments and return to the comfort of their families, their school remains decorated with welcome home banners. Tragic part is, one of them will never come home again. Lucy Yang, Channel 6 Action News in Newtown Township, Bucks County.
And there's
just $5.99 each with the purchase of any large sandwich all day long. Drop into McDonald's today and get an indie video for just $5.99 each. The best price ever with the purchase of any large sandwich any time of day. Collect all three. Just stop by McDonald's and ask for today's video.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
If you don't hurry, it could be.
Fortune magazine called it one of the best cars in the world. Road and Track said it was a remarkable engineering achievement. And Car and Driver said of the Lexus LS400, in its first time at bat in the major leagues, Lexus has slammed one out of the park.
Boys and girls,